For over 100 years, the internal combustion engine ruled the roads. Oil-fueled cars, and those cars powered the global economy, allowing legacy automakers to build massive industrial empires. That massive scale of production came with a visible cost. By the early 2000s, thick city smog and endless highway gridlock were simply accepted as the normal price of modern transportation. Electric cars did exist at the time, but the automotive industry largely dismissed them. Experts viewed battery-powered driving as an impractical experiment, pointing to early models that were slow, underpowered, and entirely unsuited for commercial success. Because of this, replacing gasoline was treated as an impossible fantasy. Consumers actively avoided these early electric alternatives because choosing one meant accepting a heavy compromise on daily driving. In 2003, two engineers named Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning decided to try a different approach. They founded Tesla with a specific, highly ambitious goal to build an electric car that consumers actually desired. The following year, entrepreneur Elon Musk invested heavily and became chairman of the board. He saw electric vehicles as a necessary tool to break the world's reliance on fossil fuels. But the obstacles in front of them were immense. Lithium-ion battery technology was highly expensive. There was zero charging infrastructure available on public roads, and the automotive sector was notorious for crushing new entrants with brutal competition. Tesla was attempting to fight a multi-trillion-dollar global monopoly armed only with a startup budget. Instead of trying to build a cheap, practical commuter car for the masses, Tesla chose a completely counterintuitive strategy. They aimed directly for the high-end luxury sports car market. The result was the Roadster. By linking thousands of laptop-style lithium-ion cells together, engineers built an electric vehicle capable of hitting 60 miles per hour in under 4 seconds. This performance-first approach meant their very first car was significantly faster than many established luxury sports cars on the market. The Roadster's immediate job was to erase the stigma of the weak, golf cart-like electric vehicle. It proved that a battery-powered car could actually be highly desirable. While the Roadster generated excitement in the press, the operational reality inside the company was bleak. Severe production delays drove costs up rapidly, and the startup was burning through its cash reserves. Then, the 2008 global financial crisis hit. Investor confidence evaporated overnight, pushing Tesla to within weeks of total bankruptcy. To keep the factory doors open and pay the remaining staff, company leadership had to take on massive personal financial risk, pouring their own wealth into the struggling business. Proving a new technology works on paper is entirely different from scaling a physical manufacturing business. Tesla came dangerously close to failing the latter. They used that narrow survival to launch the Model S in 2012. It combined a long-range battery, a luxury interior, and advanced software into a single package that broke existing safety and performance records. To solve range anxiety, the widespread fear of a battery dying mid-trip, Tesla preemptively built their own network of fast charging stations across major highways. The combination of the Model S and a dedicated charging network transformed the electric car. It was no longer a niche weekend toy. It was a viable primary vehicle. Legacy automakers, who had spent decades dismissing electric vehicles as unprofitable, suddenly found themselves trailing a company they once ignored. Giants of the industry began scrambling to catch up, abruptly diverting billions of dollars into their own electric vehicle development programs. A global race kicked off. Competing electric models rolled off assembly lines worldwide, while governments simultaneously began introducing stricter emissions targets. Tesla turned a fringe technology into an industry-wide requirement, forcing companies that had spent decades perfecting the engine to compete on entirely new terms. With automotive production stabilized, the company expanded its scope. They began applying their technology to broader energy solutions, including grid-level battery storage, high-efficiency solar panels, and advanced robotics. Achieving this global transition meant building a massive physical footprint, leading to the construction of enormous manufacturing hubs, known as gigafactories, across multiple continents. This intense hypergrowth generated heavy scrutiny. The company faced ongoing debates over autopilot safety claims, workplace conditions, and extreme stock market volatility. These controversies represent the highly visible friction of a single entity trying to dismantle deeply entrenched global systems. By prioritizing performance and luxury over simple efficiency, a startup once weeks from bankruptcy changed the trajectory of the global car market. For the first time in a century, the gasoline engine has a genuine mass-market